Hello everybody and welcome back to another week of LOE content. We are back with the F2 series on a Tuesday night. We are at, we're at Baku tonight, which is, in my opinion, one of the best tracks for F2 on the calendar because there's absolute carnage at this track. And so entertainment-wise, it's up there. Probably for the drivers, not their favourite. Because, as I said before, there's absolute carnage here. We go into the 5th round of the season. So we've done 4 rounds. So that's a third of the season already done. And we have Verstappen top of... Well, Verstappen is first in the championship. Who'd have thought that? But Verstappen is top of the championship on 126 points. We have Campbell in second on 115, so we're 11 points back. Rocco a further 3 back on 112, and then Nathan, the reigning champion, is 23 points off the lead in 4th place. We then have Larkin, who isn't here tonight, on 98. Tinkan in 6th on 88. Nolan in 7th on 71, and then we have a bit of a gap back. B Morgan is 8th on 58. Tope in 9th on 55, and Luke in 10th on 53. We have 3 people not here tonight. One I've already mentioned, that's Larkin in the Virtuosi. He has been replaced, I think. I actually don't know who he's been replaced by, if anyone. I will just check. So so far, no one has replaced him. We also have Cortez in HWA, who I'm pretty sure are still leading the Constructors' Championship. Yes, they are. No, they're not. They're second now. They're 2 points behind Carlin, but Shazoo Cortez is not here for this race. He picked up a podium in the sprint race at Spain. His best result by far this season. But he is not here, and so far also is not being replaced by anyone. And we also have Killer Blue missing this race in the Trident, and he also is yet to be replaced by anyone. Actually, I think we may have had one of the reserves in. I don't know, actually. Oh, no. So, we normally have 21 drivers. We have currently got 18. But yeah, that's how things stand. In Constructors, I said Carlin were leading by 2 points. So, on 156. HWA on 154. So, Carlin massively outscored HWA in the feature race. HWA only picking up 1 point. Carlin picking up 27. So that's where the swing happened. Virtuosi are 3rd on 128. ART are 4th on 117. And then Campos are 5th on 112. Campos only have Rocco. Rocco is their only driver. Although I don't think his points for Silverstone count towards that total. I actually think it's my points from Silverstone that count towards that total. No, I'm not quite sure on that one. I think it might be though. So no, it is Rocco's. It is Rocco's points. So they've changed that round. I was in Campos for the first race and I got changed out. So. Rocco is 5th in the Constructors' Championship on his own. So that is quite impressive. And obviously he's well in with a chance still of this title. Only 14 points behind in 3rd position. I think we are getting ready to load in to Baku. And qualifying round here is quite important if you don't want to get caught up in all the carnage. And I know one man in particular is going to be very, very quick. And let's see if he avoids doing what he did last week and invalidating his lap time and starting from the back in both races. My favourite for pole here is unsurprisingly Nathan. So yeah. Now I'm very interested to see who the game decides for me to watch this week. I normally get Killer Blue, but he is not here. Let's see if it decides to put me back on Nathan like it was last season. But we will wait and see for when it actually loads in. As we're just getting the countdown, the timer now. Hopefully the sound is working. And the sound, yeah, there we go. The sound is working, which is very nice. It's actually put me on XL Miami. So we will go on board with him as we take you around the streets of Baku. It's already, well, Chill's had a good start. Chill's really done well in qualifying recently. The championship leader for Verstappen there in 4th. Campbell, they're all kind of around that mid to that mid top 10 really. None of the championship contenders really falling out of that as Miami makes his way up to turn 4 now. Through turn 4, you just slide through there with these cars. Best way to get the lap time really, as with a bit of shuffling at the top of the order. As we now make our way into the middle sector, into basically the hardest part of the track. Turn 7, and then we have turn 8 through to 12. All in this section, the castle section. Probably a bit easier in the F2 cars. You go a bit slower, as Miami navigates that one fairly easily. And Nathan is now on provisional pole position. Campbell second, Tin Can still there, as is Chill actually. So they're still all there. Rocco down in 8th, Nolan now in 9th. He had a really good start. And Verstappen in 11th, which is disaster. If Verstappen starts outside the top 10, it's a disaster for him. But he's managed to get back up to 8th now. Miami up to 9th. So this is going to decide the grid for both races. And obviously for the sprint race, we will flip the top 10 from qualifying. So at the moment, it will be Nolan on reverse grid pole. We'll have to wait and see who's going to get it. Nathan is going to cross the line to take pole by a staggering 7 tenths. And Campbell just beats out Tope. Very good qualifying from Tope. Nolan does manage to hold on to reverse grid pole in the end. And actually Chill, who was at the top for pretty much the whole lap, fell all the way back to 11th in the end. He looked like he was going to be right at the front, and actually doesn't even get on the reverse grid. He's going to start 11th in both races, but we will have Nathan on pole. I picked up the points for pole position, the 2 points that we give out for pole position. And but it will be Nolan starting from reverse grid pole in this sprint race. And then Nathan starting from pole in the feature race, which will follow after that. So there we have it. Nathan on pole, Campbell second, Tope third, Tin Can in 4th, B Morgan 5th, Rocco manages to get back up to 6th, Verstappen manages to get back up to 7th, Miami in 8th, Jerome in 9th, Nolan 10th, Chill 11th, Luke 12th, Mark 13th, Heated 14th, Jordan 15th, Ibo 16th, Maverick in 17th, and then Darry at the back of the field. And that wraps up the grid. So it will be a Nolan P1, Jerome P2 for this sprint race. I think they have a choice of the super softs and the mediums to do this race on. They do not have to pit in this race. They do in the feature race. From lap 3 onwards, they have to pit. If it's before that, it doesn't count as a mandatory stop. They have to do one again from lap 3 onwards. So these guys will know the rules anyway. I think it's an 11 lap sprint race around Baku, one of the longest, well, the second longest circuit. Is it the second longest or third longest now with Jeddah? It's I think it's now third behind Jeddah, but it is up there for the longest. And it is 11 laps for the sprint race. And let me just get the tyres up. There we have it. Everyone on the medium compounder tyres. Not even Ibo has decided to change from that this week. So we have everyone on the same strategy. Now there is going to be, I would have thought, a lot of wings going flying in this first stint. So I have to pay attention to that. Not even keep attention, pay attention. There we go. As Nolan and Jerome have just gone at the front of the field, Miami really backing the rest of the grid up, which technically is not meant to do, but this is a very fast outlap from Nolan, in all fairness. As they're pretty much halfway down. Well, they're already through turn 7 when Miami's still not through it. So that's the gap. That is going to be significant in how these two at the front, their tyres cool down. So, but yeah, we are waiting for them to get round as Jerome has nearly crashed on the formation lap in a very similar position to that safety car incident with Romain Grosjean. Just into the other wall he went. But they make their way around. So Verstappen actually leading the championship. He is actually the highest of the top 4 on the grid. Those top 4 separated by 23 points. Nathan down in 10th, and he's the 4th member of that pack. Jerome is all over the place trying to weave to keep the tyre temps up. Darry is... I've just seen how far Darry is back from the grid. He was about 2-3 corners back. And he's finally trying to catch his way back up to the grid. He can go flat out down the straight, really, to catch back up. As the AI is finally taken over, and we are going to get them on their grid slots as the Carlin car joins the back of the queue. No, is it a Carlin? No, it is a high-tech, sorry, because the Red Bull... They have a Red Bull car at Carlin. They have 2 Red Bull cars at high-tech, and it's very difficult to tell the difference. And the colours are very similar. Well, no, they're not very similar, but I keep forgetting which one's which is my fault. As we get ready now for them to line up on the grid to start the sprint race around the streets of Baku. Round 5, 9th race of the season, and we're about to get it underway. Nolan in first, Jerome second. We're about to have the 5 red lights here in Baku. And away we go. Good start from Jerome on the left-hand side. Decent start from Nolan as well. It's going to be Nolan into turn 1. Jerome tries to slot his car down the inside, but there is enough room given. And Nolan takes the lead. It holds on to the lead out of turn 1. Miami trying to go around the outside on Jerome. No space given there. And Nolan's gone straight into the wall. Off the start, he's already picked up damage. He was uncontested there and just straight into the wall. Broke a bit too late, and his front wing is already gone. 2 corners into the race after starting on pole. Verstappen down to 5th, has hit the back of Nolan. Whether that's going to give him damage, who knows. Campbell up to 6th, just behind his the championship leader. Campbell, he goes for a drift through turn 5 and holds it. What a move. What a way to hold on to the position from Campbell. Holds off from Tinkan and is up to 6th place now. Verstappen still behind Nolan. Oh no, Campbell's gone for a spin! Campbell's gone for a spin through turn 7. And now he's going to be right at the back of the field. He might have even picked up rear wing damage from that. As we have Miami now leading from Jerome. Rocco in 3rd. Nolan 4th still. Verstappen 5th. Tinkan 6th. Tope 7th. Mark in 8th. Nathan 9th, up 1 position, and Luke up 2 positions into 10th. That is your top 10. Big loser on that start. Campbell down 9. Actually had a decent start. It was just that turn 7 incident. He's now 5 seconds off the back of his own teammate, Ibo. Them at the back of the field now. So a lot of work for Campbell to do in this race. As that is Jerome smacking the wall, losing front wing. And Rocco's got to be all over him down the straight. I think Jerome's going to have to come into the pits. That is what was a hefty whack, and actually Jerome's going to stay out. Nolan's also going to stay out, so they're not going to risk pitting in this sprint race. They've kind of just got to stay out and see where they fall in the end. As actually, Jerome has lost both sides of his end plates, so that's even worse than Nolan's damage. And actually, Nolan and Verstappen still going side by side. Verstappen has the inside line, and you would think gets its move done on Nolan down into turn 3. 3. As we go on board with him, Nolan's going to try it around the outside with that front wing. Can he hold on? Yes, he just can. He's going to have the inside for turn 4. And as you feel, Verstappen's going to get squeezed out here. Nolan goes very late on the brakes. Verstappen goes for the switchback. Is he going to get this done? On board with Nolan. Nolan going to send it up the inside. No, he backs out. And that is Verstappen up to P4. At the end of the first sector on lap 2. So, championship leader making up the places. He now has Girone in front of him with that wing damage. Nathan up to 7th. Oh, that is Nolan very deep into turn 7. Going to hold position. But already out of DRS range pretty much from Verstappen in front. And with that front wing damage, it's not going to help him through this sector. He's just going to bleed time. I'm just looking at Nathan all over the back of Tin Can. And as Ibo just makes a mistake at turn 7, he's lost a bit of time. Campbell trying to make his way back onto the field. Got a lot of work to do in this race. It could happen. The last thing he really needs is a safety car. Still all bunched up because of this damage to Jerome, to Nolan. Damage is kind of helping these guys stay in contention. We're going to look at Tin Can and Nolan now. They are kind of close enough to make moves. Nolan's going to be a sitting duck down this straight. No DRS, remember. But the slipstream effect is going to be massive. Here comes Nathan, trying to go through the middle of them. He has to cut to the inside. He's going to try and get both down this straight. Is he going to get this move on Tin Can down into turn 1? Yes, he is. Is Tin Can going to be able to fend off Nolan? Yes, he is. So, in all of that, Tin Can doesn't lose a place. It's just Nathan gains 2. Nolan loses 2. And Nathan up to P5 now. So this is... Nathan needed to find some form. He kind of got unlucky at the start of the season. Several incidents that kind of took him out of races at the beginning. But he's managed to survive the first few laps at Baku in this sprint race. And now he's on a mission trying to close down the championship leader, who is all up behind Girona. As we have a battle for P12. Chill lost places on the start. He's now ahead of B Morgan. I don't know if he's just defending from B Morgan. I think he's just overtaken B Morgan. B Morgan has left-hand side end plate damage. As we have Ibo in the pit lane. Not mandatory, but I would assume that's for front wing damage. As now towards the front we have Nolan still on the back of Tin Can. Tin Can has not gone with Nathan. Has he picked up damage to lose that kind of that gap already? No, that is just Nathan's pace. The poles, the fastest in qualifying, he's going to start on pole for the feature race. Started 10th after the reverse grid, but he's made his way up already to 5th, the biggest gainer on the grid. And now he's right up behind Verstappen. DRS will be enabled this lap. Verstappen going to have it on the back of Jerome. Jerome with that damage. Is he going to compromise Verstappen slightly? It might do. Nathan trying to fit his car in. Can it get through that gap? I don't know. He's going to get the DRS now to breeze past Jerome. He's going to have the inside on Verstappen. This might be another double overtake for Nathan. On the inside of Verstappen, is he going to go for it? No, he's not. He stays behind. Sets the fastest lap of the race, though, on at the end of lap 3. But Nathan's going to get a chance down into turn 3 to try and make this overtake on Verstappen. He has DRS this time around. Look at the gap in front. It's 3 seconds to Rocco already, who's in second place. And Nathan, you feel like he's just going to get this easily done. As they come onto the brakes down at turn 3. Verstappen hangs it around the outside. He's got the run. Has the inside for turn 4. If he can hold this off, it's a great defensive move. Nathan's still on the inside for turn 5. Who's going to come out ahead in this one? I think Nathan's going to come out ahead in this one. No, Verstappen holds on still. Nathan's still trying to look around the outside. No room there. Jerome's going to try and get both of them here. Verstappen holds off on Nathan. Is Jerome going to go down the inside? Yes, he is. And Verstappen, he's going to have to back out of this one. Surely Jerome not going to hang it around the outside of the castle section. Verstappen up into 3rd place. Lost them a lot of time there. 3.8 seconds the gap to the top 2. Miami being overtaken by Rocco. You feel like these two are going to swap positions for a while to come. Verstappen going to be under massive threat now from at least 2 cars. Can get involved. He's right there in that battle now. There's been the yellow flag. That is Darry. Darry started last. He's now in 17th place. Had a spin out of turn... I want to say that's turn 12. And that is damage for Darry. and he's going to have to pit for that one. That is a lot of damages. Jerome being overtaken round the outside by Nathan. Nathan really going for it. He's going to have... Is he going to have DRS? That was very close at the detection point. He might not have it. Verstappen might have just done enough here. Nathan does not have DRS. We're going to have to watch Tin Can here. He's the real threat to try and pull past Nathan. And he does so. Jerome looking to the inside of Tin Can. Not going to get that done. Tin Can gets the move done. Has he gone a bit too deep? Yes, he has. Nathan going to try and switch back. There's a yellow flag at turn 1. And that is Jerome. Something's happened to him at turn 1. I didn't quite see what happened. He must have gone straight on. And he has. I don't know if he's picked up any damage. He won't let me see from this point of view. As we're going to have Taupe and Tin Can still having a look at Nathan. Nothing doing for them. As they go down to into turn 4 now. And Jerome, no further damage. But still those end play damage. As Mark is clipped to the inside of Heated. Where it goes around the outside. Mark kind of gets tagged by him, but it's all fine. Hold position for now. And really, the big gainer of all of that, Verstappen, managed to clear Nathan by a second and a half. And even though Tin Can got repassed on the exit of turn 1, yeah, Nathan managed to... He had to go around the outside of Jerome at the final couple of corners, and it's just completely lost his it killed his momentum. Lost the time, and now Verstappen has the envious task, well, the difficult task of trying to close down the leading pair, who are just in a world of their own right now. Verstappen trying to join in with Rocco and Miami at the front. Nathan, not far from DRS range. He's very good through that final section of the middle sector. As they come down the straight now, he's just going to miss out on DRS, I would have thought. It's going to be close. But I think he's just going to miss out. Yes, he is. So, well, actually, this could be close. Nathan, no DRS. Tin Can, no DRS either. Luke, up to 6th place on DRS ahead of Taupe. That is the Carlin overtaking the High-Tech into 6th place. And we have Heated behind, has just been overtaken by Mark. That was B. Morgan, very close to the wall on exit. Oh no, sorry, that was Mark very close to the wall. B. Morgan ahead of Nolan now. So Nolan with that damage, still slipping back through the field. Still trying, which I rate as Jerome has retired in the pit lane. We're already on lap 6 of this race. So this is the halfway point already. As nothing really happened towards the front of the field. Verstappen can't close in on Rocco and Miami. They're just kind of just getting on with it. The DRS down that pit straight is really helping them. As they've already come to lap, I think that is Ibo in the ART. Nathan all over the back of Verstappen already. So that gap has been evaporated. So this is the major battle. Campbell's still down in 12th, but he is on the back of the in the group. Whether he can try and get Nolan and see how many places he can recover, but it's just not the race he wanted. He started the race really well as right on the back of Verstappen, coming into turn 7 and then spun it on his own by the looks of things. That's the story of his race so far. He's all over the back of Nolan though, as Nathan brings it through onto the train. He's definitely going to have DRS this time around as Ibo picks up the first time penalty of the race. And no one else yet to do it. It's actually very difficult to do round here. Not very many places to cut. As this looks like it's going to be a very easy move for Nathan. Nathan seems... He was the quickest in qualifying by 7 tenths. He looks by far the quickest on track in the sprint race. And he sets the fastest lap yet again, a 51.3. Gets that move on Verstappen done. Can he close in on the leaders? There's this lap plus 4 to go. He has every chance with the pace he's got. But it's that DRS from the leaders just keeping them out there. Miami just happy to sit in behind Rocco for now. Follow him. Not risk anything. Not worth the battle at this point. They're trying to stay as far away from those two drivers behind as they can. Speaking of which, Verstappen and Nathan have opened up a 2-second gap to Tin Can. He's just kind of in a world of his own as well. As Campbell makes a move on Nolan. He's 1.7 seconds back from B. Morgan already. Well, 1.9 now as the gap's just opened up. But he is past Nolan, who did have damage. He's gone a bit deep into turn 5. He's going to... Oh, Nolan in the wall. And I think he might have tagged the back of Campbell there. So, unfortunate for Nolan. Campbell did go in a bit deep, struggled on traction, and Nolan kind of just got, I think, clipped the back of him straight into the wall. Unlucky, no front wing now. Maverick's got to try and get past him. He's got to be careful here, because Nolan isn't going to slow down to let him through, and he doesn't have to. But this is a precarious situation for Nolan to be in. I would not want to be Maverick in this situation. He's getting held up a bunch. Nothing wrong with what Nolan's doing. He is trying to bring that car back to the pits. Maverick just going to have to sit in behind and wait, really. Unless he feels risky and wants to send one down the inside. Verstappen still in DRS range of Nathan, but the gap is massively coming down to the leaders. He's already pulled out a second, so get the feeling Nathan can do this. Nathan can win this race as they come on to lap 8, 4 laps to the end of the race. Verstappen still in that DRS zone. Mark and Heated swap places yet again. The two Maltese drivers going at it for 8th place. They started on the grid next to each other in 13th and 14th, and they're up to 8th and 9th now. So we have a yellow flag at turn 1, and that would be, I think, Ibo potentially letting people through, as Campbell is now 1.2 seconds back from B Morgan. So his drive to try and recover some meaningful points is still on. 11th place, I think they pick up 5 points for 11th, so it's not even that bad. I think points go down to 15th in both these races, so yeah, 5 points for 11th. Not the end of the world, but not the big amount of points you'd want to be picking up. The other thing for Campbell, where you got a bit lucky, is this is the sprint race. Now, if it happened in the feature race, it's more of a problem. More points to give out. But as Nolan picks up a 3-second time penalty, not really going to matter too much. He is right down at the back of the field. The only person, well, he could lose out to Chill and Jordan, but I mean, it depends on their wing situation as well. As Nathan is now well within DRS, and we have a full course safety car on lap 8, and that would be for what? I'm assuming that is for Alt Maverick. Yes, it is. I'm assuming that is a lost front wing in the castle section. He was 12th. He just got past Nolan. He has now got no front wing. I'm assuming it is the castle section where the damage has been done. We might be able to see the debris on board with Dari as he comes through. But I get the feeling it's through this section of corners. It could have been cleared up already. Yeah, and I think it has actually. And yeah, I think that's the only section of track where if you get damaged really like that, you're going to bring out a full course safety car. It's just the game's coded like that. There's debris in this much space. You can't go through it without hitting it, therefore safety car. But this is going to be a two-lap shootout, basically. I don't know if Dari's going to be able to catch back up to the field. Ibo is a lap down, so he's not going to have a chance anyway. It's going to rule out DRS passes, really. And probably, I don't know, Nathan still, he's managed to get back to the back of these guys. And it's well and truly within a shout of winning this race. And that would be a massive thing for his championship to try and, well, he's trying to go back to back. We've only ever had 3 champions of the F2 League in Division 1, or the main division, whatever, even if we just had the 1 division. We've only had 3 champions of the top division of this. Season 1 champion, B Morgan, and then we had 4 in a row from Toxic. Last season, Nathan joined that list. He's trying to go back to back. He knows he's got a lot of tough competitors, and actually Nolan's out under the safety. He's crashed in the castle. He's just crashed in the castle under the safety car, so we wait to see when Maverick comes around. I think they're still under. They might still be under the Delta. The safety car's in this lap, so half the field, well, most of the field has started to catch up. I think Rocco is going to leave this as late as possible. He's got 2 laps to defend this, You do not want to go early around here. The finish line is as pretty much as late as it could be on this on this straight. There is no way Rocco goes before that. He does not want to risk someone slipstreaming. Well, Miami slipstreaming him down into turn 1, and there's no point for him to take that risk. But it does mean there is a. Oh no! Wait! Has he gone already? Yeah, Rocco did go early. Wow. I take everything back. Rocco is gone straight away. Safety car's not even in the pits yet. And we are going to get underway. Miami, that was so close to whether Miami overtook before the line. They caught out Nathan massively. Nathan's 1.6 seconds back. Miami into P1. Rocco going to get him back. No, he's going to sit behind. So, this is interesting from Rocco. He's got one. Well, there's 2 times down that straight to go. The only people that didn't catch it were Maverick and Darry. But we have 2 times down that pit straight. Rocco has caught everyone napping except from Miami, who's made the move. Rocco down the inside of turn 3. Turns to the outside for turn 4. Miami up the inside. Not going to back out of this one. And you get the feeling. No, Rocco still hangs it round the outside. Nathan right back in DRS range. We have Maverick out the session now in the pit lane. So he's retired from this one. Rocco defending from Miami still. Nathan has caught right back up. They've all caught right back up because of the battling. Miami's still looking down the inside. Not really the space there. And Rocco's got that position done as they head towards the castle section on lap 10. One more time through here after this time around. As it's Rocco that leads from Miami, from Nathan, from Verstappen. Tin Can in 5th. Luke up to 6th. Just falling out of that 1 second window. But it doesn't matter. No DRS for the rest of this race. Mark in 7th, Tope 8th, Campbell up to 9th now. He's still trying to recover, and there's a bit of a gap back to the rest, the following pack after that. But here we have it, onto the pit straight. Rocco has looked very. Yeah, Rocco winning another race. He did win the sprint race round here in season 6. Sorry, he won the feature race round here in season 6. He's looking to win the sprint race around here. As we have some moves in the background. That would be Emily Tope moving up into 6th place. Luke trying to come back. And there's damage. That's Tope. No, that's Campbell out of the race. Tope with Luke without a front wing. I don't know what what's just happened there. Tope seems to be the only one that's come out scot-free from that. But Campbell out of the race. He will score a point as they have done 50%. Mark is now also out of the race. I don't know where that was. I think he might have retired on track, which might be looked into. I don't know. But I think Campbell will finish 14th. I think because Ibo is a lap down, he cannot overtake him. Unless they decide to demote him to 15th. I don't know how it works. But as we're at the front now, Rocco has a 1.1 second gap. Miami now defending from Nathan. He's going to really have to watch it down the pit straight. Don't think there'll be any silly business between these lads. But Nathan looking to claim that second. I think the win is out of the picture for Nathan now. No DRS. Rocco has a 7th, 10th lead over Miami. It's not really enough to slipstream down the straight. So all Rocco has to do now is keep it on the track. And he should win this sprint race round the streets of Baku. Verstappen going to miss out on podium. Tin Can doing very well to get into 5th place. Nathan all over the back of Miami as we come on to the main straight for the final time. Rocco leading us across where the detection point would be. Nathan's going to pull out the slipstream and try and get 2nd place here. Is Miami getting enough of a tow off of Rocco? This is going to be so close to the line, and Nathan loses out in the end. Miami is ahead. Rocco wins in the sprint race at Baku, but Miami holds on to 2nd. Nathan, because of the fact he didn't have any DRS, could not get those moves done. That safety car in the end not helping him at all. Verstappen finishes 4th. Tin Can 5th. Tope 6th. That incident between Tope, Luke and Campbell is one that I think will get looked into by the stewards. Heated 7th. B Morgan 8th. Luke after losing his front wing down in 9th. Jordan actually manages to sneak into the top 10. Chill in 11th, Darry 12th. And then we have Mark and Campbell 13th or 14th, Ibo in 15th. I don't know if they'll move Ibo up. He was a lap down. If not, they will stay in position. And yeah, there we have it. It is a win for Rocco yet again. He is still alive in this championship fight. Still well and truly in it. This championship fight is well and truly open. So there we have it. Rocco wins by 6/10 to Miami. Look at the gap between Miami and Nathan. That is, yeah, very unlucky for Nathan. He does pick up the fastest lap point. He was absolutely rapid in that race. Verstappen 4th, Tinkan in 5th, Tope 6th, Heated 7th, B Morgan 8th, Luke 9th, Jordan 10th, Chill 11th, Darry 12th, Mark in 13th, Campbell 14th, Ibo 15th, and then we have Maverick, Nolan and Jerome all not scoring in this race. As we move on to the feature race around the streets of Baku, which could probably be worse than for the amount of crashes than we got in that one. But we'll move on now to the feature. As we get underway for the formation lap. And we have Nathan on pole. Campbell in second. So chance for Campbell to get some luck in this race, I guess. The spin just kind of looked like an unforced error really in the first race. I don't know if there was any contact. I have been informed that Nolan didn't put himself in the wall. Apparently he got hit, although from my point of view it definitely looked like he put himself in the wall. And if he wants to question me on that, he has the stream to prove it. So because currently I'm getting called a fraud by him. So the most Nolan thing ever. But yeah. Tope, third place. His qualifying was mega, to be fair. Verstappen is the only one going for that medium tyre. So he is confident he can avoid a crash early on. No one else clearly that confident they can do that. I get why the front guys are going with that super soft. Nathan especially has that pace to try and pull away at the front. As they get round towards the end of the lap. And as we have everyone making their way through that through turn 16, the final braking point on the lap. As really the rest of the lap is just flat out. It's a straight with corners in. It's straight, but it's not straight. But all flat out as they make their way towards the grid. 15 laps Mandatory pit stops from lap 3 onwards. And we just wait for everyone to get onto the grid now. Nathan on pole, Campbell second. Verstappen championship leader down to 7th. Rocco in 6th. The race winner from the sprint race, as everyone takes their slots on the grid and we can get going for the feature race in Azerbaijan. And all the cars are now on the grid. And now we wait for the 5 red lights to begin. And here we have it. We're building up to 5 red lights in Baku, and away we go. Good start from Nathan Campbell. Points his car straight towards the pole sitter, but nothing doing. Campbell, they all hold position to start. Tope still holding off Tinkan into turn 1. A few positions changing around in the background. Luke up battling with Mark. Rocco and Verstappen side by side. As Verstappen got a decent start on those medium tyres. Nathan leading then out of turn 2 from Campbell, from Tope, from Tinkan. B. Morgan on Tinkan looking at it. Rocco defending from Verstappen. Verstappen gets a run round the outside. Going to get the inside for turn 4, but has to back out of that one. And Rocco now stays in 6th place. So we have yellow flags. That would be Sir Ibo at the back of the grid. I think he's now 2.5 seconds behind, so I would assume that is him. As really not much going on at the start of this race. A few positions changed around. Chill up 1 position on Nolan. Heated up 1 position on Mark. Dari up 3 positions, and Maverick up 1 position. So yeah, nothing happened in the top 9. Chill the highest driver up to actually make a position. As already the top 2 have a second gap to Tope behind. DRS not active until lap 3. The first detection point that can be used, the first DRS that can be used is down to turn 3 on that 3rd lap. As Nathan still leading us on the end of lap 1. Successful defence from Campbell, not really been under threat. He is Nathan took pole by 7 tenths in qualifying. He picked up the fastest lap point in the sprint race after starting 10th, finishing 3rd, and he's looking to get the win here in this feature race. Get the fastest lap point as well, as close as he can get to picking up maximum points. Big points on the championship leaders as Mark is out of the race in the pits already on the end of lap 1. Whereas you saw in the last race, the safety car came out on lap 8. It was, I don't know why you'd quit the race now, but yeah, Mark out on lap 1, as most of the drivers coming through turns 5 and 6 now. Tinkan ahead of Tope. I think that must have been down the pit straight or down to turn 3. Sorry for missing that. But Tinkan now up into 3rd place. Just got to look behind him. Tope not falling away from him. Rocco, B. Morgan, Verstappen, they're all there. As Luke looks for a move on Chill. Chill actually re-overtaken by Nolan at the end of that first lap. And Luke has to stick in behind for now. Nothing doing for them. 1.5 seconds behind them. Chill, 1.4 seconds off the back of Nolan already. As Tinkan's actually, the gap's now 2 seconds, near enough, between the top 2 and Tinkan. And that's the gap there, visualised. On board with Tinkan, as they build up through 18 and 19, flat out in the F2 cars. Bit more of a struggle than the F1 cars. You get a bit closer to the walls, but they've all done well to avoid it so far. It's happened in previous seasons where they've just gone absolutely flying into the wall. As Nathan sets another fastest lap, as you would expect, on the second lap of the race. DRS now enabled, and pit stops now count as mandatory. I think a few people might be in this lap. Nolan has pit on lap 2. So that will not count as mandatory, but I'm assuming that is for a front wing change. I do not see the front wing. No, now I do. So yes, so he is changing a front wing. Just seen that Make-A-Wish is a sponsor on that damned car. I will say nothing more. Tin Can still holding on to third place. Tope still sat up right behind him. Verstappen slowly falling back from the just he's verging on a second on those medium compound tyres. So he's in a good place for the end of the race. The only problem is he is going to be on his own, and all the fresh medium runners are going to be trying to catch him. So it might be a bit more difficult than he thinks, trying to make places with this strategy. But he's one of the quickest guys in the field. He if anyone can make it work, he can. But out front, 2.5 seconds clear of Tin Can. Now Campbell close to losing DRS from Nathan himself, which I think if that happens, it's race over without a crash. Nathan really just setting the pace. No one can get near at the moment. And Campbell does have DRS. Is anyone going to go into the pits on lap 3? Are they going to risk getting stuck in the train? He'll probably come out behind the train. Nathan is not going to be in. Campbell's not going to be in. It's 12 laps to the end from here, so it is a bit risky. As actually, Tin Can nearly cleared DRS. B. Morgan going side by side with Tope into turn 1, and B. Morgan actually getting that move done before turn 1. Rocco is the first to take the leap into the pits for a set of mediums, so he's going for that undercut. There are a few drivers in at this point. Rocco, Luke, Heated, Darry and Jordan all in the pits for their mandatory stop, and still a lot of this train staying out. Rocco really the only member of the train to leave, disembark, put on a fresh set of tyres. And he comes out 17 seconds off the back of Maverick. Pit stop's obviously longer in F2 as Tope's going to have a look down into turn 7. It's a risky place to go for a move. They're 1.2 seconds back from Tin Can, so they're not gaining anything from this. They're actually just losing time from battling. The gap 1.5 now. Campbell has been dropped out of DRS range from Nathan in the lead. Nathan now really just, he could do what he wants really in this race. Obviously, the undercut is very powerful. You'll see how powerful it is. There's a crash in the castle section, and that is Maverick, and that is a MP Motorsport car with no front wing, as he's got to bring that round to the pit stops. Tin Can chilling in third place on his own. B. Morgan now sat up right behind Tope in this battle for fourth. Verstappen also all on the back of B. Morgan. We go on board with Verstappen for this battle. He's getting, just B. Morgan's pulling away from him down the straight. Who's going to be in this lap? I think Tin Can is coming into the pits. Yes, he is. Tope and B. Morgan. B. Morgan comes into the pits, and Verstappen's going to go for third place here on track, and he's going to get it done. Tope down into fourth now, as we have a 5-second penalty for Jerome for speeding into the pits. As yeah, the train has well and truly just, yeah, they've all just disembarked. Tin Can, see where he comes out in relation to Rocco. As Rocco is now coming through turn 1. Is Tin Can going to be ahead? Yes, he is. So Tin Can holds off Rocco. That undercut didn't quite work for Rocco. He was a few positions back. He's going to be side by side with B. Morgan. And he's going to get round the outside of B. Morgan. So quality move from Rocco. He has the DRS as well. So he has jumped B. Morgan. He has not jumped anyone else as of yet. He could well jump Tope when Tope decides to come into the bits, which I will think he will do. Well, I think he'll do this lap. I think one of the leaders will also be in this lap. There's enough of a gap for Nathan to react a lap later to Campbell. 2 seconds already after on lap 5. And look how far clear they are of the rest of the field. So, yeah, Tope sticking with Verstappen on those super softs. I'd expect those tyres to die off quite quickly. So fair play for him for sticking with Verstappen, who's on the only one on the mediums. Well, the only one to start on the mediums. These two yet to pit, as have these are all the drivers that are yet to pit. It is the top 6, and Nolan has to do a mandatory stop still as well. He pit on the end of lap 2. As we are going to get Tope into the pit lane, and both leaders come in this time around on lap 5. So Verstappen takes the lead on his medium compounded tyres. Miami into the pits. Is Chill going to follow them in? I think he does. So everyone except from Verstappen needs to pit. He hasn't pit at all, and Nolan needs to pit one more time, according to the rules. But Verstappen in the lead. Nathan is going to come out well and truly in the lead. Tin Can actually jumps up into second. Campbell has lost so many places in that pit stop. He's now down in 6th. It could be close to 7th. No. B. Morgan actually pulls out for a move on Jerome. Jerome clatters the wall. And that is front wing damage for Jerome in the Charouse. Campbell loses out to Tope, who came in the same time as him, so he must have either had to change his front wing or just been held massively in the pits. I do not have a clue what has just happened to him. As we have yellow flags in sector 1, that would be Darry at the back of the field. I don't know what's happened there, but he's avoided stuff. Nolan has just been into the pits again, I think. Let me have a look. No, he hasn't. I thought he had. My apologies. I wondered why he was losing places. But Nathan, 6 seconds ahead of Tin Can. He has the lap car of Ivo in front of him. And that gap just in front of that to Verstappen. Let's see how much he can bring that down. Verstappen, a lot of work to do at the end of this race to try and make up positions. But actually the field is a lot further back than I expected them to be. Campbell losing that much time. He must have had to change a front wing, because that is a lot of time to lose in a pit stop when you're 2 seconds behind Nathan. You come out the pits 8 seconds, 9 seconds down. That is a lot of time. So that suggests to me that there's been a front wing change there as Nathan starts what will probably, I expect this to probably be a fastest lap of the race. I think Verstappen will probably get the fastest lap of the race because he'll be on the super softs at the end. As there is an overtake going on behind Campbell up the inside of turn 1 on Tope, and he is now back up into 5th. Still a lot of work for him to do. It's provisional 4th, but obviously Verstappen at the end could be well and truly in play. It's Tope is going to have a go back at Campbell. No, he's not. Campbell did have the DRS from Rocco in front, and they hold positions. Campbell up into 5th place. Jerome still the only one with that time penalty. It's a 5-second time penalty. Here we go. Here's the penalties. 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. So Campbell now on the charge to get on the back of Rocco. Started second on the grid. Didn't have a great, retired out of the sprint race for some bizarre incident. I think that might be Ibo letting people lap him with the yellow flags. As the gap between Nathan and Verstappen has now come down to 17, so he's gained a second. Tin Can has actually lost a second in that lap, so Nathan just pulling away. This seems like Nathan's to lose at the moment. Anything can happen around Baku, as we saw in the last race. But they've got this queue of cars from Rocco down to Miami in 9th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, all in a queue. And Campbell looks like the one who's going to be moving up that queue. Just in front of him, Rocco. Rocco doesn't have DRS, 1.5 seconds behind Tin Can. It's a chance for Campbell to make this move. Nathan sets the fastest lap of the race, a 51 flat. Just a 51 flat. Very close to a 1. As Rocco actually lets Campbell go. Didn't want to fight that one. Whether he's going to try and get DRS back on the next straight, or that is just genuine. Campbell is quicker. There's no point in fighting it. I don't know. Well, Campbell is now up into 4th place. Rocco now down into 5th. provisional 3rd and 4th. With Verstappen still yet to pit. Verstappen probably won't come in. Maybe lap 8, lap 9 he could come in this lap. Who knows? He could come in next lap. Most of the drivers came in on laps 4 and 5. And Alt Maverick out in the pit lane. Jordan also in the pit lane. I think. Is that Jordan? It's not coming up. Yeah, because I've got the penalty thing. It's not coming up. Yes, it is Jordan. Still on board with Rocco. Campbell not really gaining all that much on Tin Can as of yet, but can he get within DRS range coming down the straight just to keep him ahead of Rocco? Not necessarily so he can do an overtake this lap. I don't think that's in the question. I don't think he can do that. It's a bit too far back, but oh, there's a slide from Campbell. He just keeps it out of the wall, and that's going to allow Rocco to close up a little bit. Any chances of Campbell getting DRS have gone out the window unless Tin Can makes a major mistake himself. But now Rocco back, well, right behind Campbell again. On as Verstappen has started lap 9, Nathan about to cross the line to join him on lap 9 as he does another fastest lap, just marginally beating his last lap time. Campbell still trying to get within that second range of Tin Can in front of him. As Jerome makes an overtake for P6. Tope down defending the inside. He's got B Morgan on his outside. He's going to try it. Can't do anything there. Tope defends the middle of the road. Miami trying to send it around the inside of B Morgan. That's a clever move. Clatters the wall. Might have got away without damage. Who knows? This queue of cars is ridiculous. As we look at B Morgan. All got DRS down this straight. Jerome going defensive from Tope. Nothing doing for any of them. They all stick in position. And yeah, they've all held. Jerome making that move on Tope. After that, they've all just stuck where they are. As we go round on lap 9, Verstappen, the gap between him and Nathan is still coming down. But do you know what? The gap between him and Tin Can staying pretty similar. 9.4 seconds Nathan is ahead now. It's about 25 seconds to the lead. Well, 26 seconds. No, 25 seconds to the lead for Tin Can as Miami has crashed down at turn 7. No front wing damage by the looks of it. Jerome picks up a 3-second time penalty. Rocco still within a second of Campbell. Campbell not yet within a second of Tin Can. And this is where Campbell had problems last lap. There was that corner. He's got a much better run through there this time. Can he get a good run out of turn 16 to set himself up for DRS onto this straight? No, he's lost a bit of time again. What can he do through this section of corner? Can he gain corners? Can he gain any time to take into the DRS zone? No, he can't. So yet again, Campbell no DRS to try and close into Tin Can, but a bit closer than last lap. And you just think by this time next lap he might be right on the back of him. Verstappen got to think about coming into the pits sometime around now. If they can do super softs can do 5 laps at the beginning. There's no way, no reason they can't do 5 laps at the end. So you think about this time now. Verstappen's got a chance of pitting. It'll be very intriguing to see where he comes out. He might come out just around this battle. 4P3. As we have Jerome going for an overtake again on Tope. Tope got back past him, but Jerome makes that move this time around. Tope's going to try and have a run down into turn 4 on the inside. And they still give each other space, but that is Jerome's position. So he retakes P6 yet again. After those few corners, turn 3, 4 and 5, he finally gets it done. And Tope has to go back behind him. Campbell now within a second of Tin Can. So, few hard laps of graft. And he's now right in amongst it again. This is for provisional P2. Tin Can, we're going to have no DRS to hold him back. Doing a mega job, by the way, is Tin Can. Up in 3rd place. Campbell made a little mistake coming out of 15, and that's going to cost him DRS yet again. He's made a... yeah, that's a big enough mistake. He's just cost him DRS. Rocco now all over the back of him. And yet again, Campbell making mistakes through 15. He can't quite. Like some laps he's got it hooked up. Some laps he's just all over the place, and he might lose a position here. So Verstappen is now into the pits, changing onto a pair of super soft compound tyres as that battle for second, well, for provisional third comes through. Verstappen's actually going to stay ahead of all of them. Verstappen comes out in second place, so he's timed that to perfection. Tin Can not going quite fast enough to keep up with the pace of Verstappen, but Campbell, losing out all those positions, has lost out to Verstappen as well. Verstappen now in P2. I don't think he's got enough laps to catch Nathan. It depends on how quick these super soft tyres are. As Jerome and Tope going at it again. Jerome gets back past Tope again. Tope going to have a look down the inside of 4-0 going for him, and he sticks in behind. Campbell now re-overtaken by Rocco after that mistake on the last lap. But Verstappen comes out in P2 after all of that. He's played that strategy to perfection. From P6, P7 on the grid as Rocco is slammed into the wall at the castle section. I think that's damage. Yes, it is. So Rocco keeps up the trend of having one really good race, winning in the sprint, and one really terrible, well, just a terrible race in the other race, where he's got damage in this one. He can still bring home that P5, but it depends on how bad that damage is. Jerome, obviously, with 8 seconds of penalties, isn't much of a threat. Campbell now 1.5 seconds behind Tin Can. Verstappen pulling away from Tin Can, but not gaining. He's gaining over Nathan, but probably not enough to be anywhere near the win at the end of this race. Nathan just in a world of his own, out front, cruising home. Rocco actually has DRS on Campbell still, even with that damage, and he's got to try and bring this home now. As Tope yet again making a move on Jerome. Jerome is going to probably have a look back into turn 3. He's going to follow through in this section of corners. As what a drive Jerome gets out of 3, but out of 2, but is he close enough to make a move down into 3? Is Tope going to defend it? Oh, that was interesting. There wasn't much of a move from Tope. Jerome looked for it, didn't go for it in the end. And they hold on. Well, Tope holds on, retaking that position. 4.2 seconds back from Rocco now, who's still within a second of Campbell. So I don't know what's going on with Campbell, but he's not quite had the pace on these medium compound tyres. Whether he's picked up damage that I can't see, because I can't see any damage. But he's now starting to gain back on Tin Can. He's actually pulled out of a second now of Rocco behind. As Nolan picks up a 3-second penalty, I'm assuming he has made his second stop now. It's fair enough. He's on. Oh, there was a hit of the wall. That was definitely Rocco, who now has. Well, it's exactly the same part of the wing he damaged before, so not going to be much difference there for Rocco. Campbell still outside of a second of Tin Can. He's not been able to get within a second once when it matters. He's been in the middle sector, but lost it all out of turn 15. Had to try and gain it back again, and has not done that as of yet. Verstappen sets the fastest lap of the race, so you think that point is going all the way to Verstappen. As 3 laps to go. 2 laps after this time around, as Jerome picks up another time penalty. Sticks in behind Tope yet again. Surely he's going to have a go. Well, he's gone a bit deep into 2 to try and give him a run down to 3, but nowhere near, really. And if yellow flags, there's Nolan out of the race, and I think it's just too late for there to be a safety car. There'll be no safety car for the rest of this race. So we've had a full race at Baku without a safety car, and that gap, Verstappen is bringing that gap down, but it's not enough. Campbell just within a second now of Tin Can. We're going board with him through the castle section. Apparently he's overheating his tyres, which is exactly the thing you don't want around here when you want traction. You don't want overheated tyres, as Campbell, 6 tenths back now. Let's see if he can keep it clean through turn 15, where he struggled a bit. Tin Can not having the cleanest run through there himself, and without a mistake here, that is going to be DRS this time around for Campbell. Oh, he slides through the final break, well, the final real corner of this track. Is he still going to be close enough to get DRS? Even if he's sliding through there, if he gets DRS, it could completely change what he's going to do in the rest of this race. And he has got DRS. So Campbell, a massive opportunity now. He's finally got within that DRS of Tin Can in front of him. Not much time going to be gained down this straight, but it's all... Well, he's got 2 laps, really, to the end of the race. Lap 14 of 15 as Jerome and Tope swap places yet again. Jerome really just academic fighting. He's not fighting for anything in terms of position here. He's just fighting to pull away as far as he can from some other drivers further down the field. 11 seconds of penalties is a huge time to give up. It's actually going to drop him down to 11th as it stands. No one else is on the grid with penalties, and he's picked up 11. So Tope back up into 6th place as they go side by side yet again through turn 3, but that is going to be position gained for Tope. B Morgan trying to look around the outside as Nathan picks up a penalty. It's probably a bit too late for it to impact anything. Tin Can still holding off Campbell for P3. Verstappen gone in front of him, 6 seconds up the road. Still nearly 8 seconds behind Nathan in the lead, but the real battle is here for 3rd place on the podium. Campbell not going to gain on Verstappen in this race. Not going to gain on Verstappen in this in these pair of races anyway. Nathan, the real big winner from this from Baku, really. The 3rd place, pole, a fastest lap, a win as it stands. With 1 lap to go, as he's coming up towards the start-finish line now. We're going to stay on board with Campbell. The gap is 5 tenths. He didn't make that. He didn't have that slide like he did on the last lap. This isn't his last chance to overtake. He's going to get one down on the final lap. But whether you want to leave it that late, I don't think you do. He's going to have DRS. I don't think he's going to be close enough into turn 1. This is going to be really close. Can Campbell send it on Tin Can for 3rd place in this race? Yes, he can. He goes down the inside, and that is position P3 for Campbell. Tin Can goes for a switchback, and he gets the position back. So Campbell a bit too deep into turn 1. Tin Can gets the switchback. Ibo letting them both through, as Campbell now has DRS down into turn 3. Ibo actually hasn't let them through yet. But the blue flags and ghosting doesn't means he's just not going to get in the way anyway. As Campbell has to stick behind. He's risked it. Didn't make the move stick, and now he's got one opportunity to take 3rd place in this race. It's all pretty boring at the front. Nathan still 7.4 seconds ahead of Verstappen. Gonna take home this win in the feature race. As Tin Can picks up a penalty, and that is the battle for 3rd place over. Unless Campbell picks up a penalty of his own on this final lap, but that is the most Tin Can thing I've ever seen. As he picks up a penalty with less than a lap to go. As B Morgan also picks up a penalty, that's only going to lose him 1 position, as is the penalty for Tin Can, but it's going to lose Tin Can a podium as it stands. As we're going to go watch Nathan absolutely dominant at the front of this field. He got that gap to Campbell. Well, he was about 2 seconds ahead of Campbell before the pit stops. Something happened to Campbell in pit stops, maybe changed the front wing, but Nathan's just driven away since then. And Nathan is going to win the feature race in Baku. Verstappen jumped everyone on the alternate strategy, except for Nathan. Comes home to finish 2nd. Is Campbell going to get this position before the line? I think he is. Campbell's going to finish 3rd on the road. 3rd after penalties anyway. Tin Can in 4th. Picked up that penalty but lost the position anyway. Rocco finishes 5th. Jerome will drop all the way down. Tope actually finishes 6th. Luke 7th. B Morgan in 8th. Jerome 9th. Jerome 10th actually. Miami beats him. Chill a long way back in the end, so Jerome does hold off his teammate. Something happened to Chill, I don't know quite what. Darry finishes 12th as he comes up to the line now. We did have Ibo finish in the final points paying position of 15th. So actually, Darry's going to finish in the pit lane. He's going to Michael Schumacher this race. As we have Heated and Jordan yet to come across the line. So the big gainer this week, Nathan, has well and truly thrown himself. Well, he was in the mix anyway to try and go back to back. He's only 23 points off. He's now a lot closer than 23 points. I don't know the exact number, but that has come down quite a lot. I think Verstappen will still have the lead of this championship, but big weekend for Nathan. Solid weekend for Verstappen. He crosses the line in 13th, and we're going to finish it off with Jordan crossing the line in 14th position. And there we have our feature race round Baku. And a win for Nathan. Yeah, that was, for Baku standards, not a lot went on in that feature race. The sprint race, a lot went on. The feature race, not much happening whatsoever. But there we have it. Nathan, the reincarnation of Jarno Opmeer, apparently, according to his character in game. Got to prove that a bit still. I guess he can do it in F2, but wins the feature race in Baku. He won the feature race in Imola, so this is his second win of the season. And actually, I think that's now his 6th podium of the season. He's gone 4 in a row now, 4 podiums in a row. Had two third places in Spain, and now a first and a third. But there you have it. It's actually Verstappen that picks up the fastest lap point. I don't know why it hasn't come up in purple, but I think he will get given that. So Nathan wins from Verstappen, from Campbell. So that's the top, now the top 3 in the championship, I would assume. Tinkan in 4th. Actually, Rocco might be up there. Tinkan in 4th. Rocco 5th, managing to get away with that damage. Topin 6th. Luke 7th. B Morgan 8th. Miami 9th. Jerome 10th. Chill 11th. Darry 12th. Heated 13th. Jordan 14th. Ibo 15th. And then we have Nolan, Maverick, and Mark, the non-finishers and the non-points scorers. Well then, there we have it. An eventful race in the sprint. A less eventful race in the feature, but some great drives throughout the field. And before I go, we'll just go for a run through of the upcoming races this week. So Friday and Saturday, the PC and and PlayStation divisions of the F1 leagues in LOE will be at Silverstone. Normal times 8 PM on a Friday for PC, 6:30 and 8 PM on a Saturday UK time for PS4. And then we have F2 again next Tuesday at 8 PM, and we are at the Algarve circuit at Portimao for Portugal, which was an interesting one last season, and it was one of the only, I think it was the only race the whole of last season. Well, it wasn't the only one it was the only set of races when Nathan did not score a podium as he went on to in his title-winning season. But he did have a 4th place in the feature, but it didn't quite go right for him. It was probably his worst in terms of finishes. It was his worst result of the season. So, and he's charging for this title. The biggest winner of Portimao last season was Campbell finished first in both races, and Verstappen finished second in both races. And the other podiums went to Nolan and Miami. So it was interesting. This is going to be very interesting for next week, who comes out on top. But until then, everyone, it's been a pleasure. And LOE will be back on Friday night with the PC side of the F1 divisions.